We work hand in hand with our partners, and our partners in this case are the counterpart governments, the host countries. Oftentimes they're not seen as a partner, but what we've learned is unless the counterpart beneficiary government to the program, to the funding, is on board and takes ownership, the program is not going to succeed. So probably the quintessential example of that is our work in Afghanistan. Technologists, Inc. probably has the largest footprint of U.S. organizations in Afghanistan. We are Afghan first. We have 1,500 strong Afghans that we've trained, that we've taken into the organization, and we like to say we build things like infrastructure in schools and hospitals, but we also build capacity, confidence, and institutions. And I think that's really key. So in Afghanistan, what are we doing as we hear about the pullback of military operations? It's ever so important for the civilian side and the security forces. So we don't build military bases, but we build facilities for our Afghan counterparts, and they actually do the work. And so we have trained 1,500 professionals in areas related to construction, but not only the skills of construction, but business, language, finance, estimating, everything related to successful project implementation. So it's been a big success. Our CEO, and I'm here as his surrogate today, Aziz Azimi, is an Afghan American and was born and raised in Afghanistan and didn't come here until he was a freshman and went to GW in engineering and a master's. And 40 years later, he is returning and giving to his country through his new country. As an Afghan American, he's in a unique position to really help in this next important phase of Afghanistan, building up the security apparatus, building up the national police and training facilities, because security is key. So that's what we're doing in Afghanistan. I think the measure of any success on a program is the legacy. And does the beneficiary, oftentimes a government, central government, or a subnational government, do they fund the program themselves afterwards? Do they pick it up and carry it forth? That's the real test of sustainability and institutionalization of a program. I worked a lot in the former Soviet sphere, and there we introduced this whole notion of vouchers for housing, like we do in this country. Particularly, you've heard of the Section 8 program for rental housing. That's how HUD administers housing assistance in this country. Well, we introduced that to many former Soviet states, Russia, Georgia, Armenia. And today in those countries, that's the preferred way to provide housing assistance to their veterans, to their retirees, to other pensioners. And that was really an American idea that was imported. They would not have thought of it on their own, and this is why it's a great example. And when we closed up and buttoned up the program in Armenia, and this was after the long recovery after the earthquake of '88, it goes a while back, but it took a long time to recover. What we found happening, very interestingly, was the host country government was funding the program, was funding the vouchers, and I think that is probably the test for a successful program. After a donor, a bilateral government donor or other, departs the countries, does the program continue with the support of the host country?